Hey everybody, Garrett with Wild West Speed Co. And it is time for our walk around video. I will apologize in advance. The truck is not sparkling clean. It looks in decent shape. It's over here in my storage unit, but it is a little dusty. So excuse that. But we'll start in the front here. This is a 2018 Fiberworks GMC Sierra front end with the 3-inch bulge fenders. So fenders are from Fiberworks. The hood is an aftermarket fiberglass hood that is a functional air intake. And then all the tube work up here was done by Anthony over at Prestige Ironworks. So all custom tube work in the front there. This truck only has 2.5-inch leveling keys. So the goal was for it to be able to fit in tight spaces. You can see it still fits in my storage unit over here. It can fit under all the drive-throughs, fit into most parking garages. Our goal was to make something that is, compact as possible, but still has a V8, can tow, and get you where you need to go. And you can see kind of down the side how dirty it is right now. So apologize for that. Also, you'll notice that we got the spare tire on up front. Just had a tire issue when I was driving over to Phoenix the other day. So no spare on the back right now. It is currently inside. I'll show you that in a second. But here is the back of the truck, the bed, the tube bumper, and then these sweet new side panels we just had put on there. And these attach to the steel frame inside. The point of these is so that you can hook stuff when you're camping. Lots of areas to hook and hang things, and then just obviously kind of finish the side off there a little bit. I've always had an idea to do something similar to this, and I'm pretty pumped with the way it turned out. So all mounted with grade 8 bolts. Obviously, I would prefer if they were black. We might end up ordering some black, either powder coat or anodized ones at some point. But the top of the truck, so the roof rack, is all a tube structure built by Anthony again over at Prestige Ironworks. Obviously has the badass rooftop tent right there. Tons of flexibility too as far as mounting position. So you can see under here, the badass tent has almost a track system underneath. So you can move this front back as needed if you wanted to kind of put some more stuff on the back and lose a solar panel. But really, any way you want to lay it out, it's pretty possible. Here is the solar system. So I believe they're 140 watt panels. We have 2 marine batteries in the back. Use them, for multiple days at a time with very little sunlight. Never had issues. We'll come back here real quick. So back of the truck. Sorry, spare is gone. It's really dirty under there, so I'm glad I get to clean that off. But back of the truck, we have 2 fuel packs on this side, 4 LED lights, and then obviously the tube bumper built by Anthony. But we'll also open this up. So this is a drawer. This thing can hold a ton of weight. We've had guys stand in it before. Typically, I'll keep the ladder back here and some other tools and stuff. And then I actually have like a foam insert that goes in here if we're going to have like a range day. So lots of purposes. It is a little dirty in there, so I apologize for that. Obviously, before we give this truck away, we'll make sure it's detailed and ready to go. But incredibly useful drawer. And then the way that we did it, the handle for it is essentially just this flip down license plate. So it kind of does double duty as a handle and then obviously a license plate cover as well. Then as we come into the back here, I will show you. So like that door opens nice and smooth. This door has a bigger shock on it because it holds the tire, so you can see it wants to rip out of there. So watch yourself. Obviously, once the tire is on there, it needs that extra force to open the door. There's the tire that we were having problems with. It was just starting to have some splitting and some cracking, and then was letting some air out. So like I said, we'll probably get a new set of tires for this thing before the giveaway ends. But here you go. So this is the bed. Let me zoom out. Just have some stuff in here. Those are the batteries. That is the inverter that is also remote controlled through a switch inside the cab. So you can turn it on and off as needed, but tons of space. So obviously, as you can see, lots of space. You can actually fit a full sheet of plywood flat in here. So past construction projects, I have fit full sheets of plywood in here. Mounts for the fuel cans on the back, and then the tube mount for the tire carrier is all integrated. All of this built by Anthony over at Prestige Ironworks. Seriously, the best in the game. Nobody does it better. Fit and finish. Obviously, this is dirty, so I apologize. This is a truck that I use. I mean, this is something that over the past few years I have used very hard. Was never really planning on giving it away. But with our new business, we were looking for different marketing opportunities, and it just made the most sense. So this truck is going home to one lucky winner, and I will be very, very sad to see it go. And I will get it dialed in before then. So we still have a little time on the giveaway, obviously, because this is brand new. We've never done this before. So we will get it dialed in before then, but currently just a little dirty, but everything's in good shape. Black paint done after we put it all together. Uh, Coming down this side, pretty standard. So a lot of people have pointed out it's just a GMT 800 cab, nothing special. Here we can kind of get a peek in here. See if we can look at the structure. So here's the structure for the bumper, cold air intake. As we come through here, you can see the side of the motor, 5.3 liter V8. It's been an awesome truck, seriously, no problems so far. This thing I daily drove it for almost 2 years solid before I got this one. But I would drive this thing every day, all day, never had any issues. Come around to the inside. Interior's pretty clean, pretty straightforward. Door panels stock. I actually have some suede that goes on here that I haven't done yet. So I'll get that done before the giveaway is over. But we have Aces Racing seats. Also, you can hear. I don't know if you can get it. We live right by Luke Air Force Base, so the F-35 boys are flying over, protecting our freedom. So love to see those guys fly by. But here's the interior. So 2 Aces Racing seats. They are on atomic fabrication mounts. Really impressed with the mounts. Everything. Sorry, there's a little bit of dog hair in here. Once again, this will all be detailed before the giveaway ends. So 2 Aces Racing seats. Got the Amazon special 4-point harnesses that work really well, and honestly, they're very comfortable. Center console is all custom built. So it has one 12-inch JL subwoofer in there. That is the switches for the lights. And then that over there is the inverter switch to turn the inverter on and off remotely. Tons of storage in here. That is the screen. I will start this thing up before we're done here, but that's the screen for the camera system, and then obviously the CarPlay head unit. We did have to modify the shift knob for the CarPlay head unit, so we had to relocate the tow haul switch. But overall, it turned out pretty clean. I mean, I'm pretty proud of the way that this truck turned out. It's very functional, super clean, suede headliner. We do have the light missing up there. I got to put that back in. Just found a burnt out bulb the other day. This up here, we get a lot of questions about it. That is actually, it's supposed to be a gun shelf. But then what I did was mount and just an AR-15 wall mount that we're actually recreating and 3D printing ourselves. We made a couple changes, kind of wanted to improve the design. But that is just an AR-15 mount. So we're going out for range days. I can just mount an AR-15 up there. We do some, like truck shooting drills, stuff like that. But pretty clean in here. Nothing too crazy. Once again, we got the boys. Those actually look like the Red Air F-16. So those are the boys that play the bad guys when they go out to train in the desert. Another look at top of the truck, the badass tents. It goes up super easy. I don't have time to put it up today. I am running to go to my actual job after this, but it goes up super easy. One of these days we'll make a video just kind of going up and down. But coming around to the other side, what I am going to do is get us started really quick. Just give you one more wide angle shot of the side. If you guys want to see anything specific or have any questions, obviously, once I have an extra set of hands, I can get us some engine videos and stuff like that. But if you have anything specific you want to see, please let me know, and I'm happy to get that for you. But let's come inside here. Get the keys. Driver's side, very similar to the passenger side, obviously. Nice, clean, simple interior. Aces Racing seats. We have the NRG suede steering wheel. Just nice, clean interior. No cracks in the dash. Overall, for a truck that just turned 25 years old, this thing is in pretty good shape. That side's got the suede on the door panel. That's about it. I mean, luckily it's a regular cab, so pretty simple to show you. The interior is super clean, super functional. Let me find my keys. Where did I leave these keys at? There they are. Sorry about that. Knew I set them somewhere. Back to the truck. Let's start this baby up real quick. Here's the front end light bars. I'll crank all those on in just a sec. Come inside. This is our traction board keychain as well. So this is the full size traction board keychain. Pick it up, $5. You could buy a keychain and potentially win this truck. Got the camera system fired up. Head unit. Go pop out of here real quick. Just give you a quick exhaust note. So this truck has all the emissions equipment on it. It passed an emissions test earlier this year. All the cats are in place. We just did a muffler delete. So she sounds pretty good. Deaver U182 leaf springs back here. These are the Zona Motorsports hangers that they're mounted to, and then Deaver U182s. But all honestly, for a 25-year-old truck, super clean back here. We also have the 7 and 5 pin trailer wiring right there. New Bilstein 5100s. Just a nice, clean truck. Honestly, so sad to see it go. It has done me so well. But I'm excited for one of you guys to get it. And hopefully it grows our business and we can keep doing this. But great truck. Ready to rock. Ready to go to the next owner. But thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know.